Here at the Eden project, the hexagonal windows you can see that make up the giant conservatories are incredibly light. And that's because they're not made of glass. They're actually cushions. All they consist of is a few layers of this special plastic called ETFE, pumped full of air. Now, although the stuff is light, the manufacturers claim that a window made out of it can withstand several tons. We couldn't resist the temptation to test it. So we've got one of the windows here, we've pumped it full of air, and we're going to try and lower a car onto it. With me is Ben Morris, who's the boss of the company that both designed and made this stuff. Ben, what's so special about this plastic?
Well, it's a really wacky material. It came out of the space industry about 30 years ago. What's particularly special about it is it doesn't degrade under ultraviolet light, and that means we can use it for really long-life buildings. It's part of the permanent building envelope.
That's wonderful.
The other thing that's really interesting is it self-cleanses.
Really?
And even when you get bird droppings on it...
Or it just kind of washes off?
Yeah, literally, it washes
so
it off.
You don't need to get up onto these structures and abseil down.
No window cleaners.
How brilliant. And of course it's strong, isn't it?
It's really strong. I mean, try and rip it apart. It elongates something like 400%.
Really?
Yeah.
You can stretch it, but goodness me, you can't rip it, can you?
Listen, we've put a bit here between these benches. Just try and have a sit on it. And this is the same thickness as the stuff, literally, that you pick your shopping up. Less than one tenth of a millimetre. And look at it.
I feel like a bag of shopping, yeah.
Well, you don't look so bad.
Extraordinary, but that's just one sheet. Yeah. And there's a difference. This thing is one huge, great big bubble. It's got air inside it, hasn't it? You've blown it up.
Well,
why is that?
The reason we put air inside it is that it gives it great insulation. Yeah. I mean, Eden here is better than triple glazing, and it means that we can actually create the tropical rainforest inside it. You can see here that we've got about 200 pascals inside it.
That's the pressure at the moment?
Yeah, that's something about like just over half a kilogram, half a bag of cement rather, every square metre.
So that's quite a serious pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think actually we've got to the moment where we can't avoid lowering the car. So I think we're going to bring it down now. So I have to say we did not do this in rehearsal because we were really worried about botching it, and I wanted to ask you, have you done this before?
We've never done this. It isn't part of the standard building sort of thing, is drop cars on your buildings.
And if this goes wrong, how much does it cost to make this thing?
Well, it's quite a lot of money, probably £6,000–7,000.
Oh my goodness.
You can see here, we can start seing the car
the pressure's rising on the dial.
It's really rising quite dramatically.
Quite dramatically, and as you see that the wheels are sinking into the surface, it's taking the load, isn't it? And then, dispersing the load across the whole of it?
Right off the gauge now. Well, the car's weighing something like over a tonne. As you can see, the foil's yielding around it to kind of spread the load.
Well, I have to say, I think that's an absolute success.
It's now taking full load. You can see that the crane's all kind of going flat.
Taking the load.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.
See underneath it. Yeah. Cheers.